for mature audiences.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
The Cave!
All right, okay.
I practiced that at home.
By the way.
Good job, Franco.
And I'm back, so I think will be a much better show than what you guys shot last time. I think Franco's an amazing addition. Rovi kind of, we didn't want to tell him, but he was
Sorry,
starting,
Rovi, this time I got your back, bro.
he was starting to get a bit
That's right, except you
swole
should have
on
shaved
the
your
show.
Well, you shaved one of the heads, apparently.
I did. I blew dry my hair last week for the first time in years, probably, on your behalf.
Okay,
I
thank
couldn't.
you.
No.
Thank you.
Oh, that was blow dry. That was blow dry
was blow
too.
dry too.
It was.
And this week it's
Yeah,
shaved.
I didn't know what to do. Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to another episode of The Cave, and today we have a special guest, of course. She's a TV5 news anchor.
I heard she's a reformed nun.
Yeah. I've also heard that she's a reformed porn star.
Wow.
Was that before or after
Interesting
the nun?
background. Yeah, I don't,
This
maybe
one.
the nun was after.
This
After
one,
the nun.
how about this?
That's what I
This
thought.
one was accurate. When we were in college, she was the crush ng bayan. Like, and in our college, Cheska Leton, Bianca King was there also, but Shawn Yao was the name.
All right, so
And
please
you-
welcome
Wow.
on
I did
set.
not know that. Why did you
true.
not tell me that like 12 years ago?
Please welcome to the set or to the house, Shawn Yao, everybody.
Woo!
All right.
Ah.
So,
Steven made Mark try something a while ago.
Yeah,
because Mark's been having a toothache.
yeah, what I learned this week is
Decaying teeth come with age.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what I
called
heard.
oil pulling. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but oil pulling is basically it's an ancient technique of
It sounds a little X-rated, actually.
I
It
know,
does.
I know,
Sounds
oil pulling,
kinky.
yeah.
It does.
It's an Indian technique of
Stop doing
revitalizing
this with your
teeth.
hand, all right?
Revitalizing
Never
your
got
teeth.
through
It
this.
cures tooth decay, halitosis.
Who taught you?
I just learned it online, and what you do is you
So
swish.
it must be true.
Yeah, it must be true.
So
It's an
Mark-
ancient
yeah.
technique he found online.
No, and the reason
That's
why,
it.
it's a secret is because dentists all over the world don't want you to find out about it, because otherwise they lose money.
Is this one of those Facebook ads where it said
Shut
the
up.
one weight loss thing that
Can you let me
nutritionists don't want
finish?
you to
Can you
know
let me
about?
finish?
Okay,
Okay.
go.
All right. So anyway, you're not supposed to actually have your teeth like extracted or drilled. So what it does, it actually heals your teeth, and the oil goes inside your gum. So you swish 20 minutes virgin coconut oil.
Swish
and
or
then
you just gargle?
Just swish, and then you spit it out.
Yeah, but
And then you do that every day.
I
But
actually
Stephen-
heard that
Yeah.
technique from my friend whose family makes virgin coconut.
There you
No,
go.
but no, but
It was
no, but hold on,
Yeah.
but Stephen, this requires you to not brush your teeth for several days, right?
Correct.
As you said.
Correct.
I'm pretty sure it's just an excuse Indian people are using.
to not brush their
This
teeth.
is why we eat so much curry, damn it.
Colgate is too
It's for
expensive.
good teeth.
Anyway, try it out, guys.
Okay.
Or just go to the dentist, really.
Yeah, that works too.
All right,
How
Mark,
many days should you?
Yeah, you do it your whole life.
That's
So
a
So
you
lot
you,
of-
so you
brush your
never
teeth?
brush your teeth anymore.
No, come on.
For
like,
people
what
who are
if,
starting, what they
Stephen,
for people
stop it.
like a year.
I know
for
you're
people
wrong.
but
I don't
wait
think you
wait
should
no,
be saying
wait.
this.
For people who are just starting off, you can do it in the morning, and then at night you can still brush your teeth. But eventually,
What happens when
what
your
it
mouth
says-
goes on things that it's not naturally supposed to go on?
like
Like
what?
candy?
I'm
nerds?
saying.
Like
yeah.
what? Like sperm?
Like weird things.
Speaking of sperm,
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, you caught on.
All right, Mark.
there is an extra little news story coming out of China.
You segued the sperm.
Yes, absolutely. Apparently, China has developed a hands-free sperm extracting machine that they are placing in hospitals around
Is
China.
this like a breast milk extractor?
Well,
just
I
a dude
imagine
with
it
a
would be.
hand.
It's just a little bit lower.
Otherwise
It's
known as
adjustable to different heights and different angles. So I
And
guess
girths
And sizes.
I would assume.
Erwan said it a while ago. Otherwise
I
known as
said-
a female blowjob.
I
He's not
said
gonna say
no.
it,
I
though.
said otherwise known as a really
Good
good
blowjob.
bro, like a good
Whatever.
friend.
Good blow-
That's how they say blowjob in China.
Correct.
Like bro job.
Bro.
That's so
Yeah,
racist.
when you get one from your bro.
and the purpose being
The purpose being, it's just a way, I guess, for them to extract
Sperm.
because they have a
Sperm.
massive problem with overpopulation, right? So
Yeah,
this is
so
probably
I-
one of those ways.
Just
Or
like
they're just
you know-
they're just really
bust a
lazy
nut.
to do anything.
Yeah, no, just on a side story, they made a survey for what the worst job in the entire world is, and the guy, you know this? Okay, the guy that came ahead of the elevator guy or the toll booth guy, is a guy that works. He's a biologist at the zoo, and he's in charge of collecting all the semen from every animal. So he literally has to jerk off every fucking animal that's there. Like literally, he has to go to the rhino, the giraffe, jerk it off. The worst one he says is the gorilla, because the gorilla you have to make it lambing first. you gotta hug it first, you know. And then the gorilla's like, all right, fine. And you jerk it off, and then that is officially the worst job.
It's like Steven, you have to hug him first.
there's
before you
foreplay?
What? There's
Like you get
No, you
foreplay?
don't.
I guess so. It's just cuddling. I mean, not necessary for not explicit for play sporking.
When
Exactly.
we were kids, my friend had a house actually in Puerto Galera, and true story, we jacked off a monkey with sticks.
Were you-
Say
did-
this
How
again.
How do you do it with
Two little matchsticks. These are the the local Filipino monkeys. Like they're not so big.
Oh.
Sorry WWF. I do
Yes.
support you.
Yeah.
We were doing him a favor. Trust me, he had blue balls. So we took two little chopsticks.
That's
and
a baboon, you
and we
idiot.
jacked him off. Anyways, talking about jacking off people, we have a reader who basically is the one who started this whole topic that we're planning
This
tonight.
is your fault.
Exactly. This is your fault. I'm just gonna read out what she sent.
Yeah,
in.
we're gonna keep her name confidential.
Or not really.
Yeah, I don't
We'll
know.
just
I kind of
tweet
want to
it.
say it, but I won't. My exclusively dating status resulted in a train wreck just 2 months ago. Ooh, scary. I'm getting awkward
got
already.
goosebumps.
Someone's life here. We were almost 2 years at it, because he never asked me if he wants me to be his girlfriend. I didn't want to say yes without him asking, because I thought that would be weird. I don't know, but maybe that's a girl's pride kind of thing. I'm not sure. Well, when we were apparently having our closure, I heard what was probably the worst breakup reason coming from a good man. Yes, I still think he's a good man. Girl, you crazy. Like him, okay, this is the Filipino part. Hahanapin ko muna sarili ko. I begged him to stay 3 times, but he didn't. Only a few weeks later, after did I realize that I don't really have the right to make him stay because we weren't even official. Fucking hurts, guys.
So they were dating exclusively, but not in a relationship.
What does the hanapin?
Hanapin ko sige, I'm gonna find myself. Yeah. Good try, bro.
The good try.
I don't think that's a bad reason at all.
Okay,
I mean,
so
it could be bullshit though.
but
It
it
could be
can
bullshit, yeah.
also be valid.
verges
Yeah.
on
Oh,
bullshit.
bullshit,
Yeah, well,
right,
let me
It's
post
a
the topic
common
first. So the
enough.
topic for today is dating exclusively or in a relationship.
Stephen can't handle the smile.
I know.
I know.
Like it's filled with inside jokes.
Usually a hand pause is
Just
kind of a.
bursting with a-
It's a bad omen. It's like
No, I'm just saying. 'cause
you're
this-
about to get it.
Yeah.
Get ready.
All right. Anyway.
So every girl.
So guys, one round, starting with our guest, Shawn. What's the difference between dating exclusively and in a
the
relationship?
major difference
yeah,
for
major
you.
difference.
Well, if you're dating exclusively and you're not in a relationship, that just means you have a get out of jail free card.
Which means
Which means at any time or any point in your relationship, you can bust this card out
and say we're done.
and just say we're done because it's not naman us.
Nah, that's one way of
Not
looking at
together.
it. Sure, that's
Okay.
smart.
less
I like
So
that.
pain. Less
basically-
pain in breaking up.
Yeah, it's less pain. And then when you're not sure, and you know, like sometimes you just know that you're dating a guy and you're not, you kind of like him for the time being, but you kind of know that it's not going to go anywhere, but you can't tell when it's going to end.
Okay.
So that's when you just kind of keep it there.
Okay.
Okay. I guess the biggest way for me to differentiate it is once love is put on the table, then it becomes a relationship, and it's not exclusively dating anymore.
Well,
Once you
exclusive-
say I love you.
Can't you say I love you in an exclusive, dating
You say I love
exclusively?
you to get laid. So
Yeah.
we're probably not going to talk about it.
I have never done that in my life. Say I love you to get laid. Do you do that all the time?
Liar.
No, really.
Never.
Honestly, I swear to God, I've never
Never.
done it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do people still
Neither
fall
way.
for that?
No.
No, well, I
I
can imagine they
Still,
do.
I like that
I
still
can
he's
imagine
like,
they do.
No,
High school,
I love the way you
I
look at
think in-
Stephen when you
he
ask
sounded
that.
so
No, wait,
sad too.
Shut up,
No.
everybody. Shut up. High school. I think high school. You still say that just to get laid. But now I don't think so.
So once,
Marie
you guys,
Claire.
you
Many
guys
years
don't
ago.
agree, or do you guys agree?
I disagree. I disagree.
No, I disagree.
I disagree.
I mean, I can say I love you to
Yeah.
a guy, but I
Yeah.
still have my get out of jail.
Correct.
Wow,
Yeah.
you guys are all sluts.
All right. Wait. So
All of you.
That I
Marie
will not
Claire.
deny.
I read up in Marie Claire that
Proudly
I read
say
Marie
it
Claire.
proudly,
I need to
Stephen
see the
Cool.
other side of the world. You know?
Okay.
So analogy difference is you're dating exclusively if you can lie down in a couch with your girl and she's doing something with her family and you're just watching TV. If you're in a relationship, you'll be lying with her in the couch doing something with her family.
Yeah.
Or like if
But that's just
you're-
a clever
no,
way of
no, if
putting
you're-
it.
This
doesn't
is
really
why
define
I don't
anything.
read Marie
Yeah.
No, if you're dating
Yeah.
Lying on the
exclusively,
couch doing something with her family. I don't get that.
Yeah.
This is what happens when a girl
Oh,
asks you.
shut up,
You put yourself on
Erwan.
this. Girl
Shut
asks you, and
up.
you'll be
No,
like,
I wanna
he'll be like,
hear-
listen. The big difference between us is that when you're lying on a couch and I'm talking about this is your explanation, right? You don't want a clear cut. You want to keep it murky.
Dude, you're gonna.
I have a feeling Stephen's receiving under the money table from Marie Claire.
I'm pretty sure.
right?
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, Mark.
I don't know.
please.
I think dating exclusively. Well, also you got to define. Okay, is exclusive meaning you're only seeing that person out in public, but in private you're still screwing around.
Maybe you want to set that up. In the Philippines, you start. What's the first stage?
Crush.
Sex. Courting, sex, dating,
Mumu.
exclusively
Mumu.
dating in a relationship.
Mumu.
Right?
Mumu pa. May
Yeah,
But I
okay,
think
that's fair enough.
ideally the dating should go before the sex. Ideally.
Yeah, I'm with Mark.
Ideally,
Eh.
nowadays,
Ideally.
yeah,
But
ideally.
nowadays-
You
But
gotta
nowadays,
test drive the car before you.
I,
buy
I
the
feel,
car.
yeah, I feel sex happens first.
Yeah, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
that
And no
it
one
can
minds a
definitely
second-hand car.
happen first. I mean, there's people will go out there and
Well
have sex
done.
before
Well
they
done.
actually date with each other.
Okay.
For me, it's very simple actually. Okay, so it's exclusively dating and in a relationship. For me, it's labels. It's just labels. Labels lead to disappointment. To expectations. Expectations lead to disappointment, and disappointment leads to resentment. And that's why this whole differentiation, it's really distinct. It's very clear. We're not gonna get into a relationship, and we're just gonna stay exclusive because the label leads to all that. It's a downward spiral.
I'll
of,
give
like,
you a
so-
hug after, so you have a more
Oh,
positive
no,
outlook.
that's not
I
me
think
at
that
all.
Franco has the best
No,
breakdown
that's
of this.
that's not
This
me. No, that's
scares
not
me.
no, that's not me at all.
And
It's like
she
it's
has
just
the
that,
best point.
He
no,
does.
but it's just for me because it's crystal clear. Like I've been for me because when I get into a relationship, I want the girl to understand exactly what I want to. So I lay it out. You know,
Okay.
lay it out immediately.
I understand what you
Because if I really really like a girl, I'll make her know. But you know, if I'm still half-hearted about it, then you know, just the trick to anything, I think, including businesses and friendships, is to manage expectations all the time. You know, and in a relationship, it's the exact same thing. You know, you create a label. Expectations are made, and then a lot of times, if those expectations aren't met, then disappointment happens.
So if
know?
you have
Yeah,
to have
so-
the conversation and you say, look, I want to define whether we're exclusively dating or relationship, it's
Yeah.
kind of just giving yourself an excuse,
Exactly,
like you said, to
exactly.
keep that one up, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Before.
right, there's a lot more to discuss, and we will be getting to that right after this short commercial break from our wonderful sponsors.
Marie Claire.
Yes.
Experience the best beers in the world on tap in Chef Carlo Miguel's gastronomic feasts. Draft Gastropub with branches at the Fort Strip, Rockwell Mall, Greenbelt 2, and soon to open Will Tower, Quezon City, and Molito, Alabang.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to
The
Cave! So we're
Cave!
talking about excuses Stephen Koo can use the girls and telling them that he does not love them and
Oh, we're
doesn't want to be
doing
in a
this
relationship.
now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually the real.
Yeah, that's a real topic.
Actually, it
subject
happens
matter
to
here
me
today.
more like the girl says, we're not together, we're just dating exclusively. Yeah. It happens to me
No,
more.
girls say to you, please don't
No,
tell
I'm
anyone.
the victim. I'm the victim.
You know, I just want-
in fairness to Stephen, I did hear a girl say this to him last Friday.
'Cause he gets
while
used
her
for his
mouth was
body.
full.
He does.
Sorry,
Stephen, your problem is you're like not following the show. So I think after we tape this episode, you should. Like,
I know. I always listen to the show. I've actually become a better man because of this show. I mean,
This
better
is
than-
you
See,
better.
like, of the
Better than
of the
before.
22,000 hits they get every week, Stephen does 18,000 of them.
I think one of the things you brought
like-
up before we took a break that was actually quite interesting. If you're dating exclusively, can you still, and then we'll lead into our pros and cons, but can you still mess around if you're dating
Yeah,
exclusively?
because this is where I'm a little confused with the
I
whole
personally
topic.
say no.
no, yeah.
Because
If it's
the
exclusive, it means
exclusively dating and being in a relationship for me is exactly the same
No,
thing.
no, it's not.
Okay, well, this is where we disagree.
Yeah.
But
Fine.
dating and being in a relationship can be two very different things because you can.
Yes, yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people nowadays want to say, yes, I'm dating this person, but they don't want to say that they're in a relationship because that gives them the out to go and fool around given the opportunity.
Yes, I think we might have gotten the labels mixed
Yeah.
or the definition of terms earlier mixed up.
Yeah, that's Steven's
It's
fault.
when you
He came
say
up with it.
exclusively dating. It could be your boyfriend.
Yeah,
because you're
exclusively dating is in a relationship already.
But if you just say, yeah, we're
wait.
dating,
No, yeah.
No, no,
we're
yeah.
going out.
I actually think I think maybe one of the big differences, and this is how I see it in my mind, that's probably very clear. When you start a relationship or when you are in a relationship, you already see yourself with that person for the long term, right? It's not like you're in a
Sure.
relationship thinking, we're just gonna break up in 2 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you're dating exclusively, you're still figuring that out. But once you commit to being in a
Yes.
relationship, like every time you're in a relationship, the first 3 months, you're always telling yourself, "Oh, I'm gonna marry this person." Like I think that's what defines being in a serious adult relationship.
Dating
is
exclusively-
knowing that it's for the long
I think
term.
a lot of the conflict between men and women are because like this, we can't define terms, or we don't define terms the same way, which is
Okay.
where communication like,
It's
breaks
so key.
down.
Exactly.
Well, I
it's
guess
so
you can
key, yeah.
define it naman between you and your partner. Like I think dating exclusively is really just test driving the process. I mean, like if you can actually
It's
test
not
driving.
objectify
Not-
women.
No,
That's
no,
not
test driving.
Yeah, no, I
if
agree.
you
I
can
agree.
actually see
Yeah.
yourself
Couple
with that
rounds around the
person,
block.
like in a relationship, right? But dating exclusively, what it really does is just it's a saying to the other person, you can't have sex or make out.
I agree with
with
Stephen.
any other person
make
Yes.
anymore.
lande.
Too much eye contact.
I know.
All right, so give me a pro.
Sorry, I was gonna
No, I was
high
going to high five you for that. Give me a
Eye
pro.
contact. One of
Give
you's
me a-
erect and you miss the high
Give me a
five.
pro for exclusively dating.
Okay, exclusively dating because it's easier to get out of it in case you see a red
A
flag.
red flag.
Yeah, you're like
Okay.
she pees standing up. Okay, I'm out of here.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
I find that really sexy. Be like, how do you do that?
Mad skill.
So that's
Your
one.
turn.
Okay.
Pros of exclusively dating would be, I guess, peace of mind.
Okay.
And the right to get mad if you ever catch him like doing
Less stress.
something.
But
Like,
You get
out
that
of
both
line.
ways, right? If whether you're in a relationship or well, why is that a pro? Because you get that in both sides.
No, because
Like,
if you're not exclusively dating, if you're just dating, like
okay,
sometimes
right.
there's a pride thing going on where
No one
you're
wants to-
afraid to question, you're afraid to like make
Okay.
demands
Yeah.
or like sound kind of psycho.
So I have a
or-
question for Sean. Would you mind it if you were exclusively dating a guy? He's not having sex, he's not making out with any other girl, but he's still flirting with other girls. But you're not together naman officially.
I've actually gone out with guys.
Name.
Name,
and,
name.
Without naming names.
Did he have hair?
Was he bald?
I've gone out with some guys with hair and some guys without hair. Same setup.
Okay.
Like we've had this weird.
We showed you a photo. Would you
relationship
say
where-
yes?
This is
We're
why,
talking like years here.
and this is why we have Franco on the show.
Like 7-8 years ago.
Yeah, and I've also that was one with no hair 7 to 8 years ago.
Okay.
There was one just before this
Okay,
boyfriend.
so to answer that question, so do you get jealous if you're just exclusively dating and you're not officially in a relationship?
Yes.
But you don't have a right to get mad.
Yes.
Well,
So-
okay, the whole
Yeah.
jealousy thing, that's not really an issue because it's the right to get mad. That's what the issue is.
Yeah,
Because
the
when
right
you're
to get-
jealous, it's like jealousy, I think it's the most involuntary emotion.
Yeah.
Because when you get angry, happy, sad, you can control all that.
you
Jealousy
can't
is
act on it,
jealousy is just
Franco.
exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
Jealousy is completely involuntary. It
Correct.
just happens to you, and it depends on the kind of person you are, whether you have good character or not, and how you handle it, right? But
Well, you
it's
can
about
rationalize jealousy.
sure you can rationalize
You
jealousy.
get that
right.
initial pang, and then you're like,
Exactly.
okay, wait, do I have a right
That's
to be jealous?
right. There it is.
I'm like, well, okay, realistically, no, I don't have a right. So, yeah, I need to get over it.
Yeah.
Correct.
You cannot act on it.
Yeah.
You cannot confront the other one and
Exactly.
say, hey, why did you flirt? Why
Exactly.
did you?
Okay.
My pro for exclusively dating, you can mess up and not be too stressed about it.
Okay.
Mess up in what way?
Just mess up in general. Like
Anyway.
make mistakes. You can make mistakes, and you can't be like when you're in a relationship and you make a mistake. It's like you sweat. You can't you can't you
yeah.
can't concentrate at work.
This
Yeah.
sounds
and
like
stuff like that.
Like if you're not
voice
available,
of experience. or what?
if you're not available to pick her up at work, diba? Like
If you what?
all of a sudden something comes up and you're not available to pick her up from work, you're not as stressed versus if you were in a relationship with her.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
me,
that's
right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or it could be the opposite, actually.
More stress because you're trying to make an impression.
No, but you're exclusively dating na eh. So, wala nang
Yeah,
stress.
but like if it's someone you're in a relationship with, like you're understanding of each other, your relationship is deeper. Therefore, you are less prone to like going
True,
off.
but the
being
breakup
Yeah.
is scarier.
yeah.
Yes.
Whereas if you're
When you're-
exclusively
Like,
dating,
you have
breakup
more
is like,
investment.
I still have
You're more
options.
invested,
Yes,
yeah.
correct.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I think exclusives. I mean, I still don't entirely agree.
By the way,
with
there's a
the
drinking game.
differentiation
Every time we
between-
say exclusive, take a shot.
Yeah.
Go.
I don't. I still don't particularly agree with the difference between being in a relationship and exclusively dating. I think they're pretty much the same thing. But by the definition you guys are giving, I think when you are exclusively dating as such, it's a lot. Maybe it takes some of the pressure off. It's easier because
easier
you're
to break
not. You can be a little bit more yourself. You don't feel the need to really go,
Impress.
to impress or anything. You can relax and say, hey, well, this is me, and if she likes me, then she'll stick around, and if she doesn't, then okay, then maybe
That
she
is
won't.
actually very, very true.
Okay, how about the cons of exclusively dating, but not in a relationship? Is there a downside, or is it all roses and daisies?
No.
The cons of exclusively dating. Sorry, go ahead, Erwin, please. Yeah.
Confusion.
Yeah, that's
I'm
it.
Like
confused.
you're saying,
That's
pride
it.
game.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
pride game. The whole
Confusion for
should
the
I say
girl
it
or the
first?
guy?
Should she say it
Doesn't
first?
matter.
Like,
Like,
Doesn't matter.
dating.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's happened to me before where it actually ended up at the end of the day. It was
he's like a little kid at a candy store.
Giggling, Stephen.
it's happened to me before more than once, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, it was all a misunderstanding. It's that pride game. At the end, I wanted something. I was afraid to say it, or vice versa. He wanted something more, but he thought I wanted up to here only.
Yeah.
So
Right.
his pride prevented him from asking.
Because
and
you
he
don't
would
want to
go
ruin
up.
it. You don't want to ruin what you have.
And he didn't want to be like the one more who likes you more.
Yes.
Who's more
Just,
into
just,
you.
just to piggyback on what Sean and Erwan said, it's also that element of doubt because when somebody says, straight to your face, we're just, we're not in a relationship, but we can't fuck anyone else. It's just us. We're exclusively dating. It'll cause you to doubt because you're really lingering along this gray area of bullshit that maybe that person is just saying that
Correct.
because he or she can't commit to me, so so fuck it, exactly, right? So there's always going to be that lingering feeling of doubt, I think, unless you guys have really good communication skills and then you can.
So I'm gonna put it out there, and you guys can agree or disagree. Should we recommend that people don't date exclusively and just jump from courtship straight to in a relationship?
I think the term exclusively dating was created
By men.
who did not want to be in relationships and
I
be like,
beg to
baby
differ
girl,
on-
we're dating
No,
exclusively.
sometimes
How
girls
romantic
can
is
be-
that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
no,
think
girls,
it's
Sometimes
girls
they
do it
can
as
be
It's
well.
happened to me so many times, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's
Okay.
last
Different
Friday.
topic. I'm gonna write for you.
No, I think probably the biggest takeaway is just be balls out on the table and
Yeah,
just if you need
correct.
to talk about something, talk about it.
Agreed. Yeah.
Okay.
Simple as that. Communication, like you were saying.
All right. Any famous people you know, success stories of people who were dating exclusively and lasted longer than people who were
Oh,
actually in
there's a
relationships?
ton. I mean, okay.
Locally?
By being
Locally
in a
or
relationship
internationally?
in this particular case, let's say they've been together for say 5 years or more and they're not married. All right, you look at or they even have a family together.
Demi Moore.
But those are
Brad
relationships.
Pitt
Those are relationships.
and Angelina Jolie, for instance. Who else? Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn. They've been together for I don't know, 20 years or something.
You read Mary Friends too, don't you?
Yeah. No, I was just
Marie-
researching.
Sponsored title.
Marie
right?
Claire.
Marie Claire, sorry, same thing.
You're French. You
I
should
know,
get
that's
this
why,
right.
That's why.
Oprah and what's his name?
Stedman.
But those
Stedman.
But
are.
isn't she lesbian? No.
No.
No. Okay. No, sorry.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's her thing.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's her
Okay,
thing.
That's
yeah.
why she can't commit.
I,
fully.
I have another theory, and you guys can agree or disagree.
Oh my God, your
I think
theories.
couples last longer if they're just dating exclusively because then both people are more
on their toes.
on their toes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Walking-
make sure that
and it's
the other
more
one doesn't-
exciting.
Yeah.
Dude, just say it.
So do you guys agree?
Well,
Disagree?
actually, I don't care what you just said, but what you
When do we ever?
the terms you brought up are interesting.
Okay.
I think the term couple should only
I'm
be
glad
used.
to have you back, bro.
I
by the
know.
way.
I think the term couple should only be used if you're in a relationship. I don't think if you're dating if you're a couple, personally.
Yeah.
Right?
You're already like past it.
You're past
That's
that.
why
Agreed.
you're a
Agreed.
couple.
I completely agree.
Semantics.
Okay. But what you said didn't matter.
Everything is
It's really those
semantics.
words.
So
Well-
agree, disagree.
I
Um,
disagree.
the-
I've had one of these like weird pride games.
Name.
That
Name.
last Mumu.
Mumu.
Okay,
Mutual
I've had one of these
understanding.
mumus
Yeah.
that lasted longer than some relationships I've had. Like real ones.
Because you
Yeah.
live in that gray area.
Because you live in that gray area, it's
But-
it's more exciting.
But it's also stressful.
Can you
Yeah, it
exclusively
is.
date for an extended period of time? Let's say maybe.
What's the rule, right?
Yeah, what's the rule? If you exclusively date for a year, are you happy, or are you just constantly waking up every day?
Yeah.
What's happening?
True.
the sad
That's
thing
true.
is, Erwan, I think you're just waiting for
That's-
the next best
thing,
Yeah.
right?
You know,
So-
you know
so
that
so
that,
you're
that
just
question.
settling
Yeah.
for someone
now.
to keep you busy until you find the next big.
Yeah.
Yep.
I personally, from experience, like if you had to put the exclusively dating label, I kept it for 2 to 3 months, and I think that's a good
Yeah.
that's a good
You're
gauge.
such
agree.
a good boy.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
you know,
one
like-
year.
Really?
One
Did you
year?
really?
Date exclusively for 1 year.
Who-
After
did-
1
did it
year,
end or
you have,
no?
you have
It
to
ended?
decide at the end of the year whether or not
I think
you're
it's
gonna
too
go
long.
through.
I think it's
Really?
way too long. Yeah.
He's fat and
11.
lonely, so yes, it ended. To answer your question,
I know someone who's kept it for more than 4 years.
Who?
I can't say.
Yeah, obviously.
Is he not here today? Is he
I've
not
kept it
present
for
today?
2 years. That's my record.
Wow.
Wow.
You know,
Oh, 1 year,
you
1
know,
year.
like this
Years.
whole question about like how long should it last, like till it gets unhealthy or whatever. There are a lot of young girls and guys that go like, yes, I want to know the answer to that now. You know what I mean? I've never been in that situation ever in my entire life. I get into relationships either really quickly, maybe sometimes too soon, but
Whirlwind.
a lot of times they're whirlwind. But a lot of times I really enjoy them. But I've never been in
One
the
I lost.
exactly. But I've never been in those relationships where you're you're just hooking up and then you really like each other already,
Yeah.
but then you don't do anything about it. You know what I mean?
Let's maybe look at the specter. So we have all the numbers here.
Mhm.
3 months it lasted.
1 year.
Obviously, didn't
And it
last.
became a relationship.
For how
after.
long after?
2 years.
Okay, so that lasted 1 year or so. Okay, 2 years.
2 years, then bust.
Yeah,
11 months.
and
It's like a poker
Bust.
game.
yeah. Okay.
Tomorrow.
So so between let's say
Double.
let's say 4 months to a year is
Yeah.
a good gauge, or 2 months to a year.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. Wow, time flew by so fast because the topic was really
That was a great topic.
engaging.
Yeah, it was good fun.
So now we're down to our top
Problem
10.
is, problem is, I think that the girl that
Such an
I think the
annoying
girl
segue.
though that are you laughing about the segue? No, the problem here though is that time flew by really fast, and the conversation was great and it was riveting. But I think the girl's more confused now. the girl that wrote in the letter, she's like, what
She's
what
like,
advice
what-
did they
what-
give
what
me?
did I do?
Okay, so let's give her advice first before
For,
we do
for
that.
her
Yeah, yeah.
personally.
Okay.
Okay.
I think the biggest problem with that, she said something like, I didn't want to ask because of a pride thing, and the
Yeah.
girl is supposed to be the one who waits, and this is Prince Charming, and the guy's always to make the first move. It's bullshit nowadays. This is the
Yeah.
20th century. Girls can make the move. Girls can ask the questions. Girls can set the pace.
Yeah,
My-
if you want something, ask for it.
Yeah,
Because honestly, us guys, we're not mind readers.
You took
If-
my answer.
yeah,
It's
if,
exactly, exactly my words. Yeah.
If you're not saying anything, we're just going to assume that you're okay with the status quo, which
Yeah.
obviously you're not.
Reading between the lines is not our best
And
trait.
if she's not saying anything, then maybe she should actually think twice about how she really feels.
Yeah.
Because I feel
Correct.
that once you really, really want something,
If it's bursting
you're-
at the seam.
If, if you want to say it, you will. You will find a way to say it. It will come out eventually.
Correct.
May it be 4 months, a year, 2 years. It will come out.
I-
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't say it, then you probably just can't say it for a reason, and you're probably waiting for someone better to call.
Yeah, and my answer is us guys, we're not mind readers, except for Mark.
Sorry, man.
He read my mind.
No. My advice is set a time limit. Like just set a personal rule for yourself. If it's 6 months, like I'll date exclusively
Like
for
an
6
alarm?
months.
Yeah.
No, but
the
after,
decision.
Wake up
make
now.
after 6 months. After 6 months,
Put
you
it in
know,
snooze.
you have
Yeah.
to decide.
Reminds you
'Cause
5
if you don't
minutes
set a
later.
time limit, it normally just drags on and drags on. So you have to set your own personal time limits. Like mine was 1 year, yours is 4 months, etc. So, but you have to put your own personal time limit.
Should you take your friend's advice? Because the
Uh,
conversation does come up. Like, oh, so are you guys...
The thing with
Yeah.
friends'
Yeah.
advices, you will always ask for it. You would always
Listen
to
to
it,
it,
never
but you'll
follow it.
never
Never-
follow
But,
it.
but,
right?
but with good
Yes.
measure also, because
We all know
your
that.
friend, naman, your friend doesn't really know what's happening between you and the guy.
Yeah.
They'll only see something, but
No,
not
but
the whole
even
thing.
if you confide in your best friend, I've got mine right there.
Yeah, but your
And,
story,
uh,
your story will always be one-sided, no matter what you say.
You know,
You'll try
you
to
know,
be as
you know she
non-
brought another best friend here last week, just so you know.
She did?
She did. She did. She really did.
Yeah.
You cheated on me. I hate you. We'll
All
settle
right,
this.
Sorry,
So
Stephen,
now-
I cut you off. Sorry.
Now,
No,
as
go
it,
ahead.
it wasn't important, don't worry. So now the takeaway, we're thinking of the top 10 ways to creatively tell a girl a girl who thinks you're in a relationship that you're actually just exclusively dating. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start with Franco.
This is actually a really hard one.
You have to say it to the camera.
All right. Wait, we should go see your parents. What about just your mom? Or just your dad? No,
Okay.
sorry, is that was that
Yeah,
work?
no, I get where you're going. I
Sorry,
get where you're
no,
going.
Like just halfway there. No,
Yeah,
all right,
halfway
all right.
there. Okay.
Sorry, I had 30 seconds. I literally had 3 seconds to think about it.
Mark?
You know what? I just came out of a really debilitating relationship, and I'm not ready to get into anything serious right now.
Okay. Mine would be, God, I'd love to move to New York in 6 months. Right? So it kind of
Yeah,
shows
you
you
got a
we
time
don't have,
cap,
we don't
yeah.
have a future. Like,
Mine would be exclusive, in a relationship. There's so many terms. Let's not just define it.
baby, let's just have sex.
Let's just keep it simple. Let's just be exclusive.
Okay.
You know what? All these excuses are actually not very creative. It's like things that you
Wow.
always hear.
Whoa.
One upper.
And Also things I've said.
Okay.
Okay, wait lang.
I was about to
At
say
least,
next
she owned it.
questions are
At least she
here.
owned it. At least she owned it, right?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah.
I mean, these aren't creative. These are like things we all know. We all know what these things mean. I'm not ready. I was burned. I came from a bad relationship.
Okay.
I need to find myself.
But I-
we
but I-
all
but I
know when
meant
the
it.
time comes and it's the right time.
Sure.
It just happens. So, but the thing is, even like how many centuries after, everyone's giving the same old excuses.
I like how you're stalling
it's
that.
still
She's
working.
stalling.
Right?
Yeah, you have to
You're
get
saying-
an answer.
Actually, no, actually,
Say it
what,
to the
what,
camera.
what answer did you give? I know.
Ano, sino?
Wait,
See, I
let's not
know.
go there. Just give an answer.
What answer did I give?
Give
Well,
us give a
actually-
creative way.
So, okay, I'll go into a little anecdote. na
Okay.
lang, okay.
Here we go.
He said, I don't want to commit. I'm not ready. Blah blah blah. I'm too young. And I'm like, you're young. I'm younger. I'm like, I just finished college. I'm super not ready. And so, a year later, I wanted to see someone else. So I go, I think we should like stop seeing each other. But I couldn't tell him like
Wait.
that I wanted to see someone else
Habang
because I didn't want to be a
nakakapte
bad
na
guy. No.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be the bad guy. I
Okay.
didn't want to hurt his feelings also. Right? So I flipped the table and I'm like, you kasi.
Like, literally?
You just wouldn't commit to me. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Sorry,
okay.
wait. But that was a
yeah,
suggestion on
that's-
how to break up.
Why is Mark's face
That's
like
how
this?
to
I'm
break
curious.
up.
Because we're
Mark-
asking for a suggestion on how to break it to the girl or guy that you're just dating exclusively,
The best
not
way is
breaking
to
up.
just not say anything.
Mine.
So creative.
My second
no,
one.
no.
My second one, and this has actually happened to me. This is a long time ago.
Yeah.
I got a text message, and I knew the talk was coming. Like, you know, what's happening? Are we in a relationship or anything? I got a text message from the girl I was dating back then, and she goes, "Hey, we need to talk." And I texted her back, "Can you email me instead?"
Such an asshole.
And we
Alright.
never had the talk, and it lasted
Yeah.
for maybe 4 more months after
Oh,
that.
so
And
yeah.
it kind of just fizzled out.
I-
Yeah.
I
That's
also,
number 6.
She's asking her friends, was that a sign, guys?
All right. Number 7. I have number 7.
Go.
Okay, go.
So babe, I read in some
Mary Claire,
magazines,
yeah.
Marie Claire, that that relationships actually last longer if you're just dating exclusively and not really in a committed
Okay, that's
relationship.
not bad. Yeah.
I have number 8. Okay, I'll do number 8.
Yeah.
Okay, I have this thing. I'll do a quick side story. I have this thing where whenever I have a girl over, I only watch
Porn.
I only
The
watch
first 10 minutes of any
no,
DVD.
no. I only watch
Porn.
TV series with what? Porn. No. I only watch TV series with girls that I'm seeing, and if it's a girl that I'm on a first date with, it's a movie. Because the reason why is because TV series, movies are more finite. Like it's hard because let's say you're watching.
you can't cut it in
Porn.
half.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't say, oh, let's watch episode
Porn.
6
That's
to 10
it. That's it,
tomorrow.
Sean. That's fine. You're such a smart girl. Like let's say if you're
Not
on
really.
if you're in the next date with a different girl. Hey, can we start at episode 7? Like, you know what I mean? It's more finite, right? So
Okay.
so I would say put the Game of Thrones down. Let's watch Harry Potter. that's what I would
Kinda
say.
long.
Yeah. Well,
No, I-
yeah,
I-
you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
long.
Hey, do you want to watch like 3 series of Desperate Housewives? No, let's just
let's just
watch. I know this is a short movie.
That's it. It's
Oscar nominated. 15 minutes. It's perfect.
It's
Just
10
watch an
minute
episode of The
animated-
Cave.
That's-
Yeah, 35 minutes. No, the shorts lang. 5
Actually,
minutes.
that's the best way. If you want to tell someone that you're not exclusively, make
Watch
her
an
watch
episode.
this
This
particular
episode,
podcast.
yeah. Tama, galing, ah. Galing hindi.
Or how about this music video? It's only 2 minutes.
Mark, any more creative
Any more?
suggestions?
Jeez.
We're number
9.
9.
Number 9? Well, I don't really have anything.
It's hard to be creative with this one.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
Because I don't believe in it.
Why do I actually believe that? You
Yeah.
don't believe in it.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're
Well, somebody has to
you're-
be clean, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You're dating or you're in a relationship. I mean, if you don't want to be in a relationship, then just come straight out and
And-
say that hey, you know what? I'm not ready for a relationship. You're cool. I enjoy your company. Let's hang out.
And that is the international definition of it. When I lived in France, when I lived in Russia and Greece and all those places, there was always just dating and a relationship.
Yeah.
There wasn't that gray area that I think
Yeah.
we invented in the Philippines.
Yes, I agree.
No, actually, I read it. It's international, bro.
There's
Where
10
do you
million
read it?
Filipinos overseas, so we spread the love.
I read Marie Claire, Sweden. Marie Claire, Sweden.
Okay, in
Yeah,
Sweden.
because your Swedish is so good.
Yeah.
You should
I thought-
hear
I thought- I
you
thought
see-
Mark
you should
was
hear
gonna
us
say-
Norwegian.
Shit, my 2/3 today. Let's just date exclusively. Shut up.
End the
Yeah.
show right
you
now.
tell
End the
yourself to
show.
shut up.
Right, so number
Sean.
10, our top 10. Last answer for the most creative way. Did I put
Take
you on
it
the
home,
spot?
Shawn Yao.
Take it home.
No, I can't. I can't really be creative. I kind of tend to stick to a really
Straight down.
gas.
Yeah.
Or I don't say anything.
It's
at
not
all.
you, it's me.
Yung
Parang
parang
ganon.
ganyan.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Got
So
it. Or if
I'm
it-
not ready. I
if-
was burned.
For
I'm young.
a guy, if you're dating a girly girl, just say something like, "Yeah, I don't ever see myself getting married." Especially like a Filipino traditional girly girl. Just say that. Just put that out there.
Yeah.
So at
that's a
least
good
they
one.
know.
Yeah, that's a
But,
good
but
one,
that's
yeah.
marriage versus in a relationship.
No. Just say
because
what
they'll-
they
they're,
say
they're,
exclusive.
they're looking
Yeah,
for a
that's it.
future.
If ever she's
Exactly,
looking
yeah.
for something in the future, be like, oh, I don't
Okay,
want
that's
to.
right.
I don't want to get married. I don't want to.
That's a
Works
good one.
in the
It's a really good
Philippines.
one.
In the Philippines,
Yeah.
that would work. That'd be like, oh,
Good point.
game
If
over.
you said it in like New York or in the
They'd
UK,
be like,
like,
holy shit.
yes, come here.
Cold. One bedroom apartment forever.
Okay, so just to wrap up this episode, guys, any parting words, advice for people who are confused right now, if they're currently exclusively dating and they want to get into a relationship? How do?
Isn't that what we've been
no,
doing
no,
for the past 40
any
minutes?
wrap
Okay.
up messages?
All right,
for the
I
end?
think and I've got a bunch of friends that are in this sort of a situation.
Me too.
If you are seeing someone and that's the only person you're seeing, and you're afraid to jump into a relationship, grow a set of balls. Look, you're already in a relationship. Just give it the title already.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Ooh.
My advice is just get into the relationship, do the trial while you're in the relationship, and just learn how to break up properly if you realize you're not meant to be with that person.
Thank you. My parting words. Rovi, this entire time I had your back. They were thrashing you the entire time, and I had your back, I swear. Okay.
Never mentioned this name except now. Until now.
By the
Loki.
way,
Who are you talking about?
For that letter sender or status
Yep.
message sender, hurry up and find some other guy, because you're just gonna stay in that whatever you call it until you find someone else, because that's what you're doing. Just admit it.
And honestly,
there.
if you tell your partner or lack thereof that you do feel the need to move on, that might be what they need to
Yeah,
realize your
correct.
true value and ask you to come back.
these are
I'll
really
tell
depressing.
you, that really works.
Depressing
No,
closing
that really
words.
works.
Yeah, it really works.
It
So
really
the second
works.
she tells him that she's all right without him, he's gonna be like, I
Yeah.
want you more.
Then you'll
Give
find
me your
out.
vagina.
I mean, it's so cheesy to give an ultimatum, but
I personally think.
but get ready, because if you do it, and he might say, okay, sige, bye.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then-
at least you would have known
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
were the wrong person.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think you only become emotionally, you only become the victim if you let yourself be the victim. Simple as that.
Aw, that's true.
So be nice to each other and be kind to yourselves.
And
Thanks for
I guess
watching The Cave,
as a
and we'll
last
come back
line,
with
if you find the need to convince your partner that you need to be in a relationship versus just exclusive dating, then that guy's not for you, or that girl's not for you.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
I
All
like
right.
it.
So,
All right.
Sean,
Sean,
thank you
is
very much.
Anything
Thank
you'd like
you,
to
yeah.
promote? Like your show?
Please watch The Cave. And watch the news so you'll be smarter.
that works.
TV5.
Yep.
Follow everything The Cave at The Cave Podcast
And on extrarise.tv.
And
Once again,
we'd also like to thank our wonderful guest, Sean, for coming. And so here's a little takeaway for you. Liquor 43.
If you don't drink, I can have it.
yeah, it's actually pretty good. Nice and
Yeah.
sweet.
It's really good.
No, I can like
And I think
trick a lot of guys.
Franco's
with this.
Yeah, exactly.
Franco's gonna become a permanent fixture.
That's what
Yeah.
they said about you last week.
No,
They said about
they,
you
they
last
missed me. I don't think we missed Rovi at all.
Who?
I got your back.
Exactly.
Rose.
I actually, I just want to put it out there. I think the show would be better without Steven. And if Franco replaced, they have the same haircut, more or less. He's better looking. He's more fit.
Without you, we'd have more male viewers.
Yeah, you just said it right there. So, Sean, at the end of every podcast and every show, we usually ask our guests to give 10 points and subtract 10 points from any of the hosts. So you clearly have to choose a winner and a loser, depending on whatever criteria you want to use.
Okay, that's easy. I give 10 points to Mark for understanding labels.
Okay.
Thank you.
Proper labels, and I do wish you a good future, Mark.
Thank you very
and,
much, Sean.
I have to subtract 10 points from
Yes.
Yes!
I made
The world is right.
for reading Marie Claire.
Yeah, there you go. It makes you less manly.
What?
And
Can I
What?
just tell
And
you-
women say we don't know what they think.
That's not what women think. That's what
Claire?
like 5 women
If
think.
if
In the
your
office.
girlfriend
That's what
walks in on you reading Mary Claire on the shitter, trust me, she's breaking up with you right there and then.
Stephen, the best advice I could ever give you is to stop reading. Mariko.
Stop reading.
Just
Stop reading. Anyway, thank you guys for watching The Cave. -10, +10.
See you soon.
Brush your teeth. Don't listen. Just brush your teeth.
Brush
okay?
your teeth. Don't use oil, and don't use a penis extractor thing.
Yeah,
for your
sperm extractor. In
See you next time, guys. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Cheers.
Bye.